It actually feels like we really did get a break. This whole thing almost feels a little foreign to me. What are we doing again? But then I see Big Bro and Joey. Here, Daniel down the line. We're good. All is well. All's right in the universe. Because nobody else had anything to talk about. So it became such a big talking point on sports talk stuff. It's like, I get it's much worse than it normally is. But next year it won't be as bad. I don't know. I wouldn't overreact. What up, Clipper Nation? Mio, hip to clip, Dama. Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway? Denver making that mistake tonight. That's what they're shooting against in the second half. The wall, baby. Apparently they don't fear it. We'll see about that. It is a tough back to back. I think the Lakers, they're going to have Luca tomorrow. They're going to have Austin Reeves off of minutes restriction tomorrow. They're just waiting. I don't like it. We'll worry about it tomorrow. Welcome into Clippers Countdown as your LA Clippers resume the season. It starts back up post All-Star break where Kawhi Leonard showed the world once again that he's still one of the best with 31 points in 12 minutes. And Yannick Conan Niederhauser showed he is indeed a rising star. And even before the break, this Clippers team was on the rise as they went 3-1 post-trade deadline with a Kawhi masterclass in their last outing in Houston in the fourth quarter. Kawhi had 19 of his 27 points in the fourth quarter, along with that game winner to get the Clippers a 105-102 victory in Houston prior to the All-Star break. Here he was post-game speaking with the media. The goal seems clear. Try to get out of the play-in tournament. Won't be easy, though, as the Clippers are currently 7 games back of the 6th seed, with them currently slotted in that 10th spot, but there is room to maneuver. So every game in the final 28 left here in the regular season would be a big one. Speaking of, tonight, Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 60 minutes away. Coming up here on your pregame show, we'll have La Murray of The Athletic. Coach Lou will be here, but up next, it's your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. I'm Adam Osland, and this is Clippers Countdown on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. It is loud. He's here. Barely. No headset on. Jay can smack him though if we need to. No, that would only be me. Clippers and Denver Nuggets tonight here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back in. It's Clippers Countdown as we're just about 58 minutes away from tip-off. Coming up, you're going to hear from the head coach, Teron Lue, but joining the show right now is your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, how are we doing?
Adam, it's so good to see you. I'm doing good. Life is good. Clippers are back. I felt sad, lonely. I was missing my favorite people in my favorite place, but they're all right here, so I'm happy.
Well, I know you've been at Intuit Dome because you were here on Sunday and watched that master class from Kawhi Leonard in Game 3, 31 points in 12 minutes. What was that like?
It was honestly, Adam, it was probably the most fun I have had in a while. Just seeing everyone else enjoy what you have got to enjoy. Like it was like sharing your favorite dessert with everyone, and they love it just as much as you. You know what I mean? It's like, look at how great this is. I do this every day. Wow, this is really that great. Like it was awesome. It was so cool to see. And just to see the reaction from the crowd, everyone kind of be like, wow, Kawhi Leonard's really and I know they weren't playing defense, but they weren't playing no defense. Like people were trying in that game. And if it wasn't for Kawhi, I don't know if they win. I mean, he really had to do a lot down the stretch. It was so cool. Definitely the highlight of the weekend. And, you know, props to Kawhi Leonard. And by the way, Law Murray, who earlier in the week was like, I think Kawhi is going to be a big part of All-Star Weekend. He wasn't lying. But Kawhi understood the moment, and this is why he wanted to be here. And he gets to 31, he points to the wall, kind of a cool moment there. I think for Clipper Nation, I couldn't be prouder to be a part of Clipper Nation. Not that I'm not already on a day-to-day basis, but to do it in front of the league, I think was really cool.
Gracious hosts here at Intuit Dome, and Kawhi Leonard put on a show. 31 in 12 minutes, unbelievable step back three on Karl Anthony Towns to win Game 3. That was Team Stripes versus the World, I think it was.
That's right. Okay. By the way, Team Stripes got a bad deal of the hand. Why did they have to play 3 straight games? We got the oldest team out there playing 3 straight quarters. If you had given them a rest, they win. And Kawhi, still don't know how Kawhi's MVP. I mean,
like they're doing a lot of tweaking right now in the NBA, trying to figure out the best optimized All-Star game format. But they're on the right track. That was fun on Sunday.
That was really fun. And credit Victor Wembanyama for also kind of setting the tone with Team World, who, by the way, Clippers haven't seen yet this year, but that is coming up soon later this month.
All right, let's go back to what happened on Wednesday night. Clippers in Game 2 in Houston, second night of a back-to-back. Speaking of Kawhi Leonard, had 19 points in the fourth quarter, also a game winner. Just an unbelievable performance in a big spot where the Clippers were down by as many as 15. And emblematic of how this season has been, this team did not give in being down big. They battled back, and Kawhi took over late.
And he has just been on a different type of tear for the Clippers. I mean, Adam, that is his third fourth quarter with 19 or more points. I mean, that is unbelievable. And by the way, that's his third since December 1st. Joey Kimball, our statistician, making me sound really smart right now. A third fourth quarter with 19 or more since December 1st. Are you kidding me? I mean, this guy is just he's on another atmosphere. He's on another stratosphere. It's hard to describe the type of player Kawhi has been this season. And I think what gets overlooked, and not to give in to what the discourse on the internet is, Adam, because I'm not trying to stay off of it. But
that's just for casuals.
But I'm going to throw a little bit of my piece out there. Kawhi Leonard has been the best player in basketball since Thanksgiving because he does it at both ends. And I know we talk about offense, 19 points in the fourth quarter. He's still second in the NBA in steals, and he had 4 against the Houston Rockets. So I think when you put in that he plays on both sides of the floor just as well, that's why he's been the best player in the league since Thanksgiving.
Somehow he almost didn't get into the All-Star game to start with.
What?
Thank goodness
And
they
he was the
rectified
best
that.
player at the All-Star game.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. This Clippers team, though, with that 3-point victory in Houston before the All-Star game, it was nice to see them just not give in to that senioritis and having a foot
Yeah.
out the door, because it could have been easy. It could have been easy to lay down when you're down by as many as 15 against a very good opponent in the Houston Rockets. And there were a multitude of guys that really stepped up, but I thought Benedict Mathurin
Yeah.
in just game 2 as a Clipper, big free throws down the stretch. You talk about Kawhi's defense. You know, a lot has been made of Benedict Mathurin. How good can he be as a defender? Have we seen the best of him? Is there more to tap into there? And he really showed that doing a lot of the other things out there.
And Ty Lue credited him at practice earlier this week, saying he felt like that level of defense is what they're going to need going forward from a guy like Benedict Mathurin. Super impressive to see him on that end. And also just having guys like Derek Jones Jr. and Chris Dunn to kind of set the tone, right? Like, this is how we play defense. When you check one of us out, that's how we expect you to play defense. I think also what's huge for this Clipper team is Benedict Mathurin gets to the free throw line. I mean, 10 attempts off the bench in the last game for the Clippers. And as we've talked about all year, when somebody's getting to the line, you help set up your defense. The Clippers are one of the best teams in the NBA in half-court defense. So I think he kind of, if this is a guy, Adam, who can follow the lead of somebody like Chris Dunn, Derek Jones Jr., even the way John Collins has played defense, he can be that elite two-way player that he knows he can be. I mean, it's something Benedict Mathurin has talked about in the past. It's something Rick Carlisle, his old head coach, talked about. He feels like Benedict has all the tools to be that elite two-way guy, and he showed flashes of it in that game against Houston.
We got 28 games left here in the regular season to see him blossom in a Clippers uniform. You mentioned Chris Dunn there. More's being asked of him right now because they're still without Darius Garland. Obviously, James Harden is in Cleveland, and Dunn has been their primary playmaker, and he's been doing a great job with that assist-to-turnover ratio. Last time out had 6 assists, but also 4 of 6 from the outside against Houston, while keeping the defense intact on the other end. Very impressive from Chris Dunn.
What doesn't this guy do, Adam? I mean, he is unbelievable on a nightly basis for the Clippers. You want to talk about the impact on the defensive side, and then also Kobe Sanders coming out when the Clippers were in Denver and they had those couple days off, being like, who have you learned the most from? Well, Chris Dunn. So he's being a leader to the young guys while being a great offensive and defensive player. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard has been the MVP of the season. There's no discourse around that for the Clippers. But Chris Dunn has been the kind of glue guy that you glue your furniture together with. I mean, this is like,
call IKEA.
This is next level stuff from Chris Dunn. It's that stuff that you can't get off your hands, and you got to get out. Oh man, what's it called? Never mind. I give up on my reference. I give up. It was the soap that people use when they work with, like,
the orange degreaser.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You got to use that kind of soap. But I mean, I just think, like, this is somebody who almost was out of the league, a top 5 pick, spent a year in the G League just to get his way back to the NBA. 2 10-day contracts before the Utah Jazz finally trusted him to be a part. And now you could argue he's the second most important player in this rotation, simply because they don't have a point guard when he's off the floor. It's why he's getting about a minute of rest in the end of the quarters, and then Ty's got to put him back out there for the final minute and a half. He's just been super impressive.
Hopefully he and the rest of the Clippers are recharged after a little bit of time off of the All-Star break. The season resumes tonight. Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 49 minutes away. Carlo Jimenez is on the call, but coming up next, he's got his one-on-one conversation with the head coach, Tyronn Lue, right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
What's up, chat? Shout out Adam for knowing what I was talking about. I was like, it's not, what's it called though? What's the name of it?
It's the soap you use.
Like the
It's
soap
a
when you have
degreaser.
like, yeah, but it's like, it's called, here, wait, where's my phone?
Orange Ajax? No, that's just hand soap.
Hold up.
What is it, chat? I'm not handy. I don't work on cars.
It's in like a tub.
Yeah. It's like a vat.
Not pumice soap? Is that what you're talking about?
What is it?
No.
Pumice soap?
Hummus?
Yeah.
No.
It could be, and I wouldn't know. The orange stuff. Lava soap, somebody's saying in here. It's probably got a few different names, but what's Multiple people saying lava soap.
Okay, I'm good with that then.
That doesn't. Is that a new name for it? That doesn't ring a bell. Carlos, you're amazing. $1.99 super chat. Do I have to give this to? Do I have to pay him in cash? Am I an ATM going to Carlo here?
Where's my Venmo? Give me my dollar.
This is Joseph plays 49.22.
You're amazing, Joseph. We appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Gojo hand cleaner. Someone else. Someone thought Jake said hummus soap.
No, it's this stuff, right? But isn't it in a tub?
That's how it used to be, at least. Yeah.
But isn't it
Fast
like-
Orange. Fast Orange actually sounds like a brand.
Yeah, pumice soap is like the gray stone-like soap. Like
Yeah.
Not hummus. Yeah,
This
pumice
is an
soap will
exhilarating
take skin off.
conversation. Yeah, I think Big Bro's right. Fast Orange, yeah.
Fast Orange sounds
Got to
right.
go talk to Ty.
Do, 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 do. Clippers taking on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets tonight here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back. It's Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Moslem. Good to be back. 47 minutes is where we're at, away from tip-off. Here at the Dome. The Dome is home. It was also the home of the 2026 All-Star Game. All things considered, on Sunday went pretty well. 3 of the 4 games highly competitive, and Kawhi put on a show in Game 3 with those 31 points in 12 minutes. Also did the same in the Clippers' last contest last Wednesday in Houston. Kawhi with 19 in the fourth and the game winner. Tonight, an old familiar foe in the Denver Nuggets. Coming up, we'll go back in time in Clippers Rewind, but first we got to head back over to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Carlo Jimenez there pregame with the head coach and Teron Lue as we get set for the Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets tonight here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 45 minutes away. I'm Adam Moslin, and coming up next, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. What up, chat?
Once again, that's text SCORE to 213-577-1833. The Intuit Dome app is powered by AT&T. Be sure to complete your full profile to unlock the full Intuit home experience. Guarantee you the weekend big savings on your new favorite hoodie. Shop now and get a Clippers mobile hoodie for just $19.99. Visit shopclippers.com or any of our area stores and get your merch before the clock runs out on this great week. We've got some early birds in the house tonight. Shout out to our Clippers weight makers who arrived 30 minutes early and unlocked your early bird bag. Complete the first of their game day mission. Be sure to check out Clippers weight makers in here right now and see what else you can find today. Tonight's Junior Clippers Coach of the Game, presented by 24-Hour Fitness, is Coach Brian Garski. Thank you for dedicating your time and effort to making a difference in your community, Brian. You can nominate your local youth basketball coach for a chance to be featured. Visit clippersgames.com/coaches to learn more. Join us on February 22nd as we celebrate Lunar New Year at our
Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome. I'm Adam Moslin. It is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll have La Murray on from The Athletic. But first, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind. We're going to throw it back to February 27th of 2018. The first Black Panther movie was out, #1 at the box office. God's Plan by Drake was at the top of the Billboard charts, and the Clippers were down 19 in Denver to come back just as they unleashed their secret weapon, Boban Marjanovic.
clippers.com/tickets to secure your seats. Clipper Nation, you're invited to Chuck's 10th birthday party. Join us on March 1st as we take on the Pelicans and celebrate with a 3:30 p.m. Plaza party featuring music, games, sports, and grills at the Plaza Court and Mascot Club. The first 10,000 fans receive a Chuck t-shirt presented by Ollie Pop. Get your tickets today. Get your tickets for our March 4th matchup with the Pacers in the live early.
Boban Marjanovic came out of nowhere with the Clippers, had 18 points and 6 boards in 15 minutes off the bench and helped spark a 19-point comeback for the Clippers to eventually win 122-120 over the Nuggets. That was back in February of 2018. 8 years ago now? 8 years ago. My math is correct. Almost. Coming up next is we got the Clippers and Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome, and tip-off 40 minutes away. We'll get to your player to watch. I'm Adam Moslin, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Clipper Nation, our guys will be back in action Sunday, February 22nd. Take on the Orlando Magic. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. Doors open at 4:30.
Thanks, Clipper Edward.
Clippers.com/tickets. Ticketmaster.
It was good to be in the presence of the GOAT, Ralph Lawler. No. I did interview with him a couple summers ago. I did. Bend, Oregon. Beautiful.
If you own a small business and want to learn more about the program, please visit 11sportsmedia.com/Clipper. Thank you. The LA Clippers game night auction is online. Text Clippers to 76278.
That did happen. Who was he guarding? It was the far side corner. You knew it was on. That stuff gets overblown, though. They just hate him so much. So I could point to he was probably their best defender against the Timberwolves last year in the first round. Yes, sir. Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets tonight. Tip-off just about 38 minutes away. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll have Law Murray on from The Athletic. But first, talked about him a little bit earlier, but I'm watching Chris Dunn. He's their primary playmaker right now until Darius Garland returns. And he's coming off a game where he went 6 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from three, 6 assists to just 1 turnover and 16 points in that big victory against Houston right before the break. Last time out against Denver, though, January 30th in Denver, just 5 points. Did have 5 assists to 0 turnovers, but 2 of 9 from the field and 1 of 6 from the outside. At one point, they went away from him in the fourth quarter for Kobe Sanders, just looking for more shooting out there. Chris Dunn has got to knock down that outside shot. Of course, it was a big talking point going back to the first round series against the Denver Nuggets. Just opens up everything else when they have to guard him on the perimeter. And when they don't, he's got to make them pay. He's got to hit those open ones. He is shooting 41% from three in the month of February and getting 9 points per game and doing an admirable job filling in as their spot point guard currently without Darius Garland. Chris Dunn, my player to watch. Coming up next, as we're 36 minutes away from tip-off here at Intuit Dome, we'll get to your complete injury report, and then Law Murray of The Athletic will be here. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to Clippers Countdown right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. The strategy to handle Joker. You can't stop Joker even if you try. Try to stop the rest of the guys. Joker's going to get his regardless. Don't let him get 40 and 10 plus assists. Try to make him more limited to just being a scorer and not a playmaker out there too. If he's doing both, you're cooked. It's over.
Joining us is 14-year-old Ezekiel Martin, very plus hero. After battling leukemia and receiving a stem cell transplant from his older brother, Zeke gets back in school and getting stronger every day. Please help us celebrate Phi Delta Theta and wish Ezekiel a very happy birthday tonight. Fred Torres, president.
Yeah, Joker's 32. You might have that in the first half. He's the best player in the world. We don't care about Stephen A. here in Clippers Talk. Outside of his buddy, big brother Jane Warner. That's Stephen A.
If you said some dumb things, I can't defend him all the time. And I love the guy like a brother. See, that's why.
No, when he's not talking about things I care about, it's fine. What up? I'll do an ID here. Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 34 minutes away. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. Welcome back to the NBA season resuming tonight. Your Los Angeles Clippers getting back after it. Final 28 games starts tonight against the Denver Nuggets here in Inglewood. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll have Law Murray on from The Athletic. But while we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
The event was designed to encourage kids to reach their fullest potential. 1, 2, 3, come on, man. By teaching them
still out for the Clippers, and we'll get into more of it with Law Murray coming up, but that would be Darius Garland, hence why Chris Dunn, my player to watch in this one. But for the Denver Nuggets, they're without Peyton Watson and Aaron Gordon in this ball game. A couple of big losses for them. They have had quite the season when it comes to unfortunate injury news and just being snake bit out there. Something Clipper Nation I know can relate to. Hopefully both teams can get healthy and ready to go before the playoffs start. Clippers got work to do, though. They're still 2 games under 500. They're currently in the 10th spot in the West. Coming up next, we'll talk about that and more with Law Murray of The Athletic. I'm Adam Oslin as we get set for the Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome, and tip-off is 32 minutes away on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Thanks for doing that Friday.
Well, man, I don't even know what Friday was.
You said
What
you
was
were on your
Friday?
couch about to go to bed, and you called in on Fox Sports Radio at midnight.
Right, yeah, Friday.
Thanks for doing that. Oh,
Yeah, I feel like a lot's happened since then. A lot's happened this month. February's a February's a weird month, man.
you were here for the game Sunday?
I was very much here.
What'd you think?
I mean, the game was really good. I mean, I was just thrilled to just be done the weekend. Like,
Yeah.
All-Star Weekend, I'm not going to front and say I like All-Star Weekend in LA. And I definitely won't front and say I like All-Star Weekend at Intuit Dome. Like, coming back here and being here and having to run and show is logistically a lot. It's very overwhelming. So,
A little demanding.
yeah,
Did
I'm
you get some
cool.
time off the last 2 days at all?
Sort of, kind of, but not really. I wrote a story like I've got new stories up pretty much every day. Like today was the first day that I didn't have one up, and honestly, I probably could have had one up today. So
Grind does not stop.
it's all good though. It's what I do. I'm just continuing to keep doing it.
How many news stations did you go on last week?
How many what?
How many news stations were you on last week? I thought I saw you everywhere when I was flipping through.
Not that many, but more than zero. Definitely more than zero.
People were saying seeing Law on Channel 11 was epic. There he is. Clippers YouTube channel for now.
Yeah.
He's big time.
Look, I'm just happy that people want to talk about the Clippers or the NBA with me. I'm not mad at that at all.
Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets as play resumes tonight. We're back at Intuit Dome. I'm Adam Oslin. This is Clippers Countdown as we're just about 30 minutes away from tip-off. Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll get your drive around the league, but join the show right now from The Athletic. You follow him at Law Murray, DNU. It is Law Murray of The Athletic. You've seen him everywhere as of late. Multiplicity is real. Wow, what's up? What's good?
I'm just happy to not be overexposed. I'm not trying to jump the shark, bro.
No, you have not oversaturated the market too much. We're demanding more Law Murray. That's why you're on tonight here in Clippers Talk.
Yeah.
Your overall thoughts of the weekend, All-Star Weekend here at Intuit Dome, the event, the reaction to it, the reviews. How did you feel that Adam Silver's, I guess, receiving the way it went off?
Yeah, I think that everyone is happy with it. Certainly how it ended. The All-Star game was a topic of conversation because there's been so many bad All-Star games. I've been at all of them, the previous 4 years. And I don't think people are talking too much about Cleveland because it was a figure with the 75th anniversary, but you definitely didn't have the best reactions the previous 3 years. You tried to put the format and I think this will change what we want this year. And it's going to come down to what players you need a psycho for All-Star to work, as someone told me once, and you have that in Victor Wembanyama, and you honestly Kawhi doesn't get to do a lot of All-Star games for reasons that are understandable, but let me tell you, like Kawhi Leonard has played 2 of the last 4 All-Star games. He's been the standout or a standout. Like 2020, he was literally the MVP, in Chicago. And 2026 for a guy that was initially not going to be an all-star, he was out of 24 guys, he was guy number 25. There wound up being 26, 27, and 28. But he was the assignment because of this new format change. Like he was the guy that the commissioner had is we need an American to round this thing out since Carl Anthony Towns is going to be Dominican this weekend. And so it was great to see that guys cared. But I'm underwhelmed by all the chatter about the things that are about the game in the league, but not about the game in the league. Like I feel like All Star Weekend should be a means to celebrate. You're never going to completely get that anyway because of the specter that is hanging over the Clippers now. Like we all acknowledge that part of it. I'm sure everyone who watched Kawhi go off was wondering if you were going to get Adam Silver giving him the trophy. Like, but I don't think Adam Silver is really in that mode right now, at least not publicly.
Yeah.
There was a lot of him and Steve Ballmer this weekend. There was a lot of him and just enjoying Intuit Dome and enjoying the weekend. But it was also a lot of Adam Silver having to fend off a lot of conversations about things that weren't about his players or about the game or about the league that are not exactly a thing that he'd want to talk about.
How special was that moment being here? Kawhi drops 31 in 12 minutes. I know it's an all-star game, but it's not like they were playing zero defense against him. They actually tried things.
It was one of the most defensive, intense games in terms of All Star that I've seen, man. And honestly, like, I love that part of it. The defense was organic. Like, guys were competing because you weren't getting to the last game or you weren't getting a chance to win that last to get to the end, and unless you competed. The thing with blowouts can expand over time, just like comebacks can one team can blow a team and then that team can respond with their own stretch of blowout level play over time. And so when you only got 12 minutes, it's a quarter. Like I love the fact that it was 4 quarters, right? So Kawhi being that good is just incredible. I don't think a dude scored 30 points in any quarter of this NBA season so far, right? We've seen Kawhi go off for halves. We've seen him play extremely well, but I mean, the best players in the world, a huge stage. Like for him to play like that, I mean, I love how what Darko said. He was like he was taking awful shots and making them. Like guys were there. Like he pump fakes a guy, draws a closeout, and he's got a 2-hand dunk with a all-star center, even if it's Shingun, flying at him as a means of rim protect. Like it was great to watch. I mean, it's very easy for me, for you, for people probably listening to this to appreciate Kawhi Leonard's game. And again, it's frustrating because the same jokes will go off after the game and the day after, talking about how Kawhi gonna take his PTO or something like that, or Kawhi not gonna be like this in the playoffs. Like people just don't want to appreciate good basketball or great players. So I'm just glad Kawhi had his moment and we can figure out the rest.
So that was the exhibition. But right before that, he dropped 19 in the fourth quarter in Houston, hit the game winner there. I thought that game was pretty meaningful considering they were down by 15. The All-Star break is right around the corner, and the Clippers didn't give in to that. Did they say something by the way they won that game?
Absolutely, because people keep thinking that the Clippers just didn't want to be the team that is going to compete for some reason. Again, people are real comfortable in their narratives, and it's just like, why? Just watch the games. Like, look at who they're playing with, and how they're playing, and just go from there. Like the team is trying to do two things at once, and they're not doing a bad job of it. You're trying to ask Kawhi to do as much as he can and to win games, make the most of this season, and learn about who you got on your team because you are in a state of transition. You can say you're in a state of transition. It doesn't mean you needed to blow the whole thing up. It's a lot of black and white with how you're looking at it. The game before that was in Minnesota, and they smacked the Timberwolves comprehensively. And it's not the first time that they were big in Minnesota this season. it is the first time they were together enough to complete that blowout. They like Minnesota fought back. That third quarter, Minnesota looked like, oh, here we go again, right, for the Clippers as far as not being able to hold big. And then they beat them even more thoroughly to finish the game. Those are road games against teams that they look like they have no chance of being in the play-in tournament. They look like they're safely going to be in the top six. If the Clippers can do that shorthanded on the road, fresh off of a pretty seismic trade deadline, what do you think is going to happen over the course of the season? They have two more opportunities tonight against the Nuggets, tomorrow against the Lakers, two very good teams, but also two of the worst defenses in basketball. So if you can do that against net rating darlings like Houston and Minnesota, then it's going to be interesting to see what they can do, not just these next two games, but the rest of the season.
Benedict Mathurin's only played 2 games so far, but I've been encouraged because the thing he does well hasn't exactly showed up yet, which is just get buckets, but he's doing some of the little stuff out there. What have you seen from Ben?
Benedict Mathurin has been asked to handle the ball and to defend like his playing time depends on it. And if he's going to be able to do that, and the game in Houston, really both games, but especially the second one, especially the fourth quarter, that was one of my favorite turnovers forced of the season. That's not the thing that's going to show up in the box score. That's just something that you're going to only see if you watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Picking up Amen Thompson and forcing a turnover and then drawing a loose ball foul while the Clippers are in a bonus and getting himself to the line, so he gets rewarded for that. Benedict Mathurin physically can do pretty much anything you'd want him to do at his position. And it's just a matter of consistency and focus and concentration. It's like you can be a great defender, so be that guy all the time. Can you handle the basketball and get yourself shots? Sure. He's an okay passer. But the Clippers are not a good ball handling and playmaking team. So okay is going to get you more opportunities than in other situations. You know, this team needs guys who can help relieve Kawhi Leonard. He's the off card even more than Darius is. Like Darius is going to come in. We know what Darius is going to be. He's going to be your point guard, right? But Benedict is the one who has an opportunity to do some things. And Benedict is the one who is auditioning for a contract. He didn't get the contract last year. Indiana could have extended him, and Indiana chose, we're going to take this to the 4-year and have you be in restricted free agency. And obviously, now that's on the Clippers since he's been traded. I think Benedict Mathurin, he's probably the biggest swing factor between the Clippers' success between now and April.
You mentioned Darius Garland there. I believe you reported the other day that you wouldn't expect him till March. Is that the update, or can you actualize?
A lot of people read the story, you know. I don't know. I don't break news all the time, but if I got news, then I'm writing it. I hope people read the piece. You know, I'll put a gift link out next time for you all. But you know, he's obviously not playing tonight. He obviously hasn't played for a month. So, you know, I just think that from everything that I've heard, and everything that I've heard includes the public message, and that's that Darius is going to take some time to get back, you know? And so, newsflash, he's not playing tomorrow, right? And so, you could say that you could bring him back and play. Obviously, he's practicing on a limited basis. I think people are exaggerating about videos that might have been put out by me about, you know, his mobility and everything like that. I don't think there's a concern here. I think they are being cautious. They want Darius to come back and have this behind him and be able to focus on being the player that they traded for, but also the face of this franchise or a face of the franchise going forward. He's on the contract for multiple years after this. So you can't say that these dudes are going to play tonight. So that's the biggest thing. There's not that many days left in February. Again, February's a real month. We were just talking about this. It's a real month. Today is the 19th. Like, there's no, in 10 days, it's going to be March.
Yeah.
So if you want to look at it that way, then look at it that way. I'm just saying there's not a lot of games anyway. And I think the Clippers want to make sure that when Darius comes back, he doesn't have setbacks. He's had multiple setbacks season, either with the same foot or because he injured the other foot. And so you don't want to play with that. This is a player that you want a part of your team for the rest of his 20s, ideally. They're going to take care of him.
Is this a situation where, because some people are wondering, well, wait a second, he was just playing in Cleveland. It wasn't the left toe, then it was the right toe, and that's why he was out.
Right.
Is it just different levels of urgency because they're trying to contend, they're trying to climb up the Eastern Conference standings? Where with the Clippers, we heard Kawhi say we're not a contender. Basically, Lawrence Frank has said that, so it's putting him on ice in a situation where you can afford to.
Yeah, I think it's you're trying to protect the player. Like Cleveland ain't the Clippers, Like I think a lot of teams have to understand that there's what the player wants, what the player's rep wants, what the other players on the team are capable of doing, what the coach might want. Like there's a lot of voices that it comes to actually getting a player on the floor and keeping them on the floor and what the maintenance plan is. I mean, Cleveland has had a up and down stretch with this over the years. So Cleveland's prerogative was, look, like Darius is able to play. Like Darius had played, I want to say about 18 consecutive games before he injured his the toe on his right foot. And the Clippers told him, it's like, you're already missing time. We're going to take the time to get you right. I remember Bogdanovich came here, and maybe y'all don't remember, Bogey wasn't healthy when he got here. And the Clippers got him, and it's like, we're going to take your time with it. Like, I think it was like a week before Bogey actually debuted, and Bogey didn't play very well in February. But Bogey, once he got in the rhythm, he played great in March. That's the player who is like, oh, that guy is going to be additive to your team. It's the same thing here. Get Darius Garland and take your time so that when he's back, he's not playing like the Darius Garland that he played for most of this season. You're getting the best version of him.
How do you think Chris Dunn has been able to handle, more on his plate right now with no James Harden or Darius Garland?
It's been tough in times, and you worry about him somewhat because this is a guy who's played every single game, and Chris Dunn does not have a great track record for that level of durability and responsibility. But shout out to Chris Dunn, a guy who didn't play great to begin this season with his role and his job as a point of attack defender. He has been better since the start of the season in that regard. He's starting. He's got the ball in his hands more. I mean, the game he played in Houston, his one turnover was an inbounds turnover. He stepped on the line. He didn't have any turnovers besides that. No live ball turnovers. He had 6 assists in a game where the Rockets had 10 more turnovers than the Clippers. Those possessions matter when the game comes down to one possession. Am I right? So it's obviously like the Clippers are trying to piecemeal this thing together. But if there's a guy who can do that, it's Tyronn Lue, because Tyronn Lue has always been at a deficit when it comes to ball handlers and trying to figure that out. Like, that's why after a while, guys are like, screw it. Like, we need Russell Westbrook. We need John Wall before that. We need James Harden as a trade acquisition. Ben Simmons, this time last year, we don't have enough ball handlers. Ben Simmons would make a perfect fit. And you had a lot of time where you didn't have Ben Simmons, right? So right now, it's Chris Dunn, it's Kawhi Leonard, and it's guys off the bench who are just going to get a chance to do something. And it's like, if T. Lue really needs a guy, it's like you can draw from a Bogdanovich. But you got this guy in Darius coming. You have Ty Washington. You don't have him tonight. He won't play tonight. But it's like, Chris, I think, needs to be given a ton of credit. That dude is playing for an all-league spot that he didn't get last year. These next, 2 months are going to be critical for what's coming for him as well.
He's Lob Murray of The Athletic. Follow him at Lob Murray, the NU. Read his stuff. It's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. It's rich with information and sound NBA analysis. You need it in your life, especially if you're a Clippers fan, but even if you're not. Law, thanks for doing this here on Clippers Countdown.
Thank you. Enjoy the games, everybody.
Coming up next, we'll get your drive around the league. Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets. I'm Adam Moslin here at Intuit Dome, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Would you like me to live the notes to the hotel? And I'm like, no, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Big bro, big bro, big bro.
Let's go, big bro.
Daniel West. What's up, Daniel West? What did you say?
11?
Wow. Hey, how about them women's hockey team today, huh? I got to phone Justine, let her know. You don't know what?
You didn't know if they were going to win it, and then they did. That was your jinx.
That's how Adam feels when we fall down 2-0. He's like, it's over.
When do we fall down 2-0 again? That means we're in a series, baby.
No, I meant in the game.
Oh.
My bad, my bad.
I thought you were referencing 2021 Clippers down 0-2 in every series.
Yeah, no. They know how to win. What? That's the great part about sports right there. Didn't Canada kind of mess up though? Like they had a bad sub. The overtime. Dang.
Clippers and Denver Nuggets tip it off about 11 minutes from now here on Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Moslin. We'll get to Carlo Jimenez in just a moment, but first, let's get your drive around the league brought to you by Toyota. It's the Here and Now sales event at your Toyota dealer. The clock is ticking. Don't wait to grab a great deal on a new Toyota. We make it easy. Currently in the association, BTA happening in San Antonio. Spurs up 101-73 on the Phoenix Suns. Victor Wembanyama 17-11 in 5 blocks. A little bit earlier tonight, Pistons winning big in New York, 126-111 over the Knicks, thanks to 42 from Cade Cunningham. Backing up the talk that he's the best American. Wizards would win over the Pacers, 112-105. Sixers would fall at home to the Atlanta Hawks, 117-107. Jalen Johnson with 32, 10, and 3 steals in the win. And last one for your Rockets, winning in Charlotte, 105-101. Kevin Durant with 35, 8, and 3 blocks in the victory. Clippers, Nuggets from Intuit Dome. Back to Carlo Jimenez next, right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Ready, set, destroy.
Somebody sent me a Laker ticket. I'm wondering, so I can get into the game tomorrow?
It's a scam.
It's probably a parking ticket.
You got that too?
Yeah, I always do.
I don't normally get it.
They probably thought you were going to do your post game there, but there's nowhere to do it.
I can't do it anyways. You got the same thing? That's what I got. Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
Oh, you're out. What's that? I can't go anyways. Too far from FSR.
And the Lakers have like 800 PR people.
And still only give us lot seat.
Guys, we're live.
I said it. Jake Warner said it.
Are you going to be like Shaq back in the day with John Ireland? I don't give a Shaq, we're live. Wasn't that preseason?
Yeah.
Like in Hawaii?
He was pissed, man. You should ask, you know how, oh my goodness.
I don't give a
I forgot the piece, big bro.
The piece. You're packing?
No, no, that audio piece. All right, let me get the cable. Wasn't there some curling cheating going on? Man, you can't touch the stone. Come on now.
I don't know if we're gonna have time for your player to watch here, Carlo.
I don't care.
Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome. Tip off 8 minutes away. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. It's the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Clippers Countdown. Coming up, your keys to victory. But first, back over to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, this Denver Nuggets team, 3-4 their last 7 games with Nikola Jokic back. What's been happening in Denver, outside of all the injuries still?
Yeah, they're struggling to guard Adam, especially in the month of January and now February. This is a Denver team that is allowing teams to really shoot at an elite rate. Adam, in February, teams are shooting 48% from the field, 38% from the three-point line against the Denver Nuggets. They have just been unable to really put it together on that side of the ball. Now, they've been an excellent offense. They're still the best offense in the NBA. But then you look at the defensive rating, bottom 6th in the league. They have just struggled to find a way to play consistently on that end. Now, it's something Cameron Johnson talked about at their practice the other day before they came here to LA, talking about that focus that's going to be had to have defensively. But as you know, Adam, often the teams that are really good on offense but not great on defense, they can be elite in the regular season. But when things slow down, that's when it can get a lot harder.
Let's go back to the Clippers here. My player to watch tonight, I talked myself into it. Chris Dunn. He's
Ooh.
still running the show out there. No
I like
Darius
that.
Garland yet. What do you got for the Clippers, Carl?
Yeah, it's a good pick, Adam. Chris Dunn obviously going to have to play well in this game. I'm going – wait, what are our rules? Can I pick
I make them up as we go along, so you can just hit me with something.
All
I'll
right,
tell you.
Kawhi Leonard.
Wait a second. That is definitely against the
You
rules.
said no rules. I'll go Benedict Mathurin. I think he's got to
Ooh.
have a big game off the bench for the Clippers in this one. Man, should have picked Brook Lopez. That probably would have been a good pick too, but that's all right.
You can have both if you want. Wait, no, you can't.
No,
the
I
rules.
can't. You're making up the rules.
Carlo
Rules.
Jimenez.
Make up the rules.
On the call. Tip off 6 minutes away. Clippers and Denver Nuggets. Here it is to a dome. We'll get to your keys to victory next. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Oh,
People always say I look high, but I'm not.
it definitely left the cable at my apartment. Oh, well. All right. They're playing basketball.
No.
Come
no.
on. No Spencer Jones today? I thought he was playing. Oh, he's coming off the bench?
I actually think the Denver Nuggets are the best team in the league. They just have never gotten a chance to prove it yet this season because they can't stay healthy.
Their 5 starters, Adam, have missed a combined 105 games. That's crazy. Like Christian Brown, 34. Aaron Gordon, 28. Cam Johnson, 28. Jokic, 16.
And they're
Murray, 3.
49ers of the NBA.
Wow.
Do they have a chemical thing going on?
Where's their
next to the
substation?
stadium?
Their electrical substation. You better make sure they're on top of it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
What?
Wow, Daniel's
I
fault.
was lied to. Do that reverse jinx thing again.
Yeah, do it again.
Clippers and Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back, Clipper Nation, as we're just 4 minutes away from tip-off as we're going to resume this 2025-2026 NBA season with 28 games left for your Los Angeles Clippers. Carlo Jimenez is on the call coming up, but first, your keys to victory. Well, Nikola Jokic, they no longer have Ivica Zubac to try to slow him down. And statistically, Big Zoo was the best one-on-one defender on the block in the league against Jokic. Although that just doesn't matter when you're going up against the best player in the world some nights, like when he had 55 last time here at Intuit Dome. So maybe it's more about stopping the others since there's no way to slow down Nikola Jokic. You can't let him be multidimensional in this ball game where he has 40 plus 12 assists, where he's doing everything out there, getting his and getting the others easy looks on the perimeter. The Clippers have to make Jokic one-dimensional. If you're going to let him score, do not let him get guys open shots as well. All right, here we go. It's Carlo Jimenez on the call. Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is coming up next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
All right, chat. Talk to you guys later.
Carlos says bye, guys. Did you hear that?
All right, chat. Love you guys. Love you, chat.